Man, that Nora Fulton is something. She plays the game like a real pro. You know, I think she'd make a great actress if we ever get our theater back again.
We will, baby brother. We're gonna buy our own theaters. Someday we'll star together in the Brothers Karamazov.
Oh, the Brothers Karamazov. Nice, nice. Flint, Michigan version, right?
Right. Flint.
Ow! What?
Listen, I hate to interrupt this distinguished acting team, but I gotta go pick up Buffy. Later on, dude.
Yeah, grin and bear it, Quaff man.
Thank you. Someone mind explaining what's going on around here?
Oh, well, sure. And what do you think goes on at a police station, mister?
I know what happens at a police station. I'm asking what's going on here.
What does this place look like? Chinese laundry?
Ah, it looks real enough. Maybe I'd believe it was if I didn't happen to read that this precinct was closed down almost a year ago. Building's been slated for demolition, right or wrong?
Wrong, we reopened.
Wait a minute, I know you don't.
This here happens to be plainclothesman Bill Smith, and if you don't want him running you in...
I've seen you up at the Whitney Mansion. You're the gentleman Mrs. Whitney was dating.
You're crazy. I never even heard of Reagan Whitney.
But you do know her first name, don't you?
Gotcha that time.
You're lucky I don't have time to stick around, pal.
Halliday, right? Lance Halliday.
Wait. Hey, hold there. Hold.
Oh, hey, I know you, too, right?
Yeah.
From the same place, the front door of the Whitney Mansion? You're the guy who said he was the reporter.
He is a reporter. Just happens to work the police beat, that's all.
Right. You got some memory. You really do. Phil Barnes, Monticello Star. I'm doing a story based on the last days of this grand station.
That's right. So why don't you be a nice fellow and get out of here?
Spencer.
Hello, Nora. Thought you were going to the movies. Or maybe that's where you think you all are.
You followed me here.
Yes, I followed you. I wanted to see what you were planning to do with Mrs. Whitney's clothes. Looks like you didn't have any trouble getting rid of them. Where are they? Or did you deliver them to Mrs. Whitney herself?
Somebody told me a week ago we'd be sitting here eating pizza and talking. I would have said they were crazy. This is like a miracle. I really like it.
Well, the miracle's gonna be if we don't get heartburn from this pepperoni.
Oh, yes, I know all about heartburn. I knew this girl once that said she'd never see me again, and I'm telling you, the pain.
Well, you've heard of a woman's prerogative, haven't you? To change your mind?
Oh, I thought the women of the 80s gave up that prerogative.
Oh, no. They just extended it to men.
You have such a big heart. I really like your heart.
I think we ought to take this a little slow. I mean, we've gone through mega change here.
Oh, that's the truth. This has been like a 3-act play.
Maybe you ought to produce it.
Yes. Act 1. Boy meets girl.
Only wrong boy and wrong girl.
No. The girl was right. The boy was all wrong. He was playing games trying to convince the girl he was someone other than he was.
And boy fooled girl. Oh, boy, how boy fooled girl. Oh, Jim, I thought you were him. I really thought you were my bandaged lover from Lucerne.
Yeah, I started to believe that I was him myself. Then, Act 2.
Boy loses girl.
Yeah, girl finds out boy is phony.
Oh, God.
And then girl kicks boy out of her life. He becomes despondent and sad. Thinks about suicide.
Oh, no, that's going too far.
No, not actually. And then there's another part, too. Boy turns out to be coward. Then Act 3. Girl changes mind. Sees that boy is just a pathetic clown who is harmless, who just wants love, affection, attention. But there's got to be an end to this story.
I guess we don't know what that is yet.
Hello. Yeah, what?
You better get over here right now, Pally. We got troubles.
What's happened?
The roof just fell in. You Gotta bring your lawyer's suit, too. We're gonna need a mouthpiece.
I can't leave now.
I gotta do it now. Otherwise, we're all gonna wind up in the real jail.
Okay. You won't believe this.
It was the pizza parlor. They're recalling pepperoni.
No, I have to go somewhere.
Oh, Jim, where?
It's too complicated to explain right now.
Well, try. You're an articulate fellow.
It's something that I've wanted to talk to you about for a couple of days. It's this crazy acting project that I've gotten involved in.
And that project's more important than this project.
No. Look, please, just bear with me, okay? I'll call you later and tell you all about it.
Okay.
Forgive me.
Oh, I know you're disappointed, Nicole. We plan on having 7 glorious days. Nothing but rest, relaxation, being together. Didn't quite work out that way, did it?
God knows when we'll get the chance again. The odds on both of us being free at the same time are getting astronomical.
Oh, the planets do get into conjunction now and then, right? The moon crosses the sun meets the moon. We will have our chance. Besides, we don't need vacations to be together. We are always together, even when we're apart.
Oh, God. You're not going to make everything better with those honeyed words.
I'm not going to buy that.
No.
All right, I'll try to do better. Here, I'll make you a promise. In another month or two, when the workload really lightens, we can take a real vacation. Huh? Maybe Europe, desert island, your choice.
I won't hold my breath. I'm not going to complain either. Oh. I don't need a desert island. I don't need Europe. I don't need anything but you.
Now who's in honeyed words? Honeyed kisses, too.
Where did Derek and Jinx go on their honeymoon?
Well, now, a gentleman doesn't ask such things.
Well, I know it's usually a secret, but I thought maybe in this case.
I know where they went. Derek thought it'd be a good idea if I knew. Just as he thought it'd be a good idea if they didn't go too far away. But it isn't distance that counts on a honeymoon, is it?
It's closeness.
Now we have to think about this very carefully. I mean, this is a major decision, and we want to make the right one.
You're right. We gotta be very careful. We can't just rush right into this. So what do you think?
I think bacon and eggs.
I don't know. She made those pancakes sound awfully good to me.
Oh, yes, she did. What do you think? Maybe we could have both, huh?
I don't see why not. Bacon and eggs, side order pancakes. We can handle that.
Yeah, I think so. Matter of fact, I think we're going to be starving. Especially after our early morning walk.
After our what?
Our early morning walk. Oh, we're going to walk maybe, 4 or 5 miles. I think by then that we'll work up quite an appetite.
I don't remember anything about a 4 or 5 mile walk in our marital agreement.
Oh, well. What's the matter? You city boys, you're all so soft.
Well,
Let's have
I
fun.
can handle that.
You can?
I don't think you're ready for it.
No?
No.
Well, I think that you better just speak for yourself, Big Chief. Speak for yourself. Look, you don't have to worry about me. Don't you realize what's happened?
What? What's happening?
Look at me.
You look beautiful.
I'm well. I mean, I'm all better. I'm completely fine. The miracle happened the minute that man said that we were husband and wife. I'm all better now, so you don't have to worry about me.
You do look better.
I am. You just have to believe that. I really am. I feel strong. I feel well.
Yeah.
And I'm not dizzy anymore.
Oh, no, but I'm the one that gets dizzy whenever I kiss you.
Oh, you're so dramatic. Well, you know something? You are stuck with me now. I mean, you are stuck with me for the rest of your life, so you better get used to it.
Well, we'll just see what Miles has to say about that.
Oh, no. No, forget about that. I'm not seeing any more doctors. I have all the medicine I need right here. You know, I think that we should decide what we're going to do about next week. You know, whether we're going to stay here or not, or whether we have to look for another inn.
Well, I wouldn't plan too far ahead, you know. I can't stay away from the department forever.
Oh, why not? I mean, they can get along without you. I can't.
Oh, really? I'd like to know a little bit more about Eddie's friends. Do they ever come into his office?
It's hard to say. I mean, who are his friends and who are his, you know, his business people.
Hmm.
You know something? We have been here almost an hour, and all we've talked about is my boss.
Well, I guess he's on your mind.
But you were the one asking the questions. You can't even help it, can you? I mean, cops are just like that, aren't they?
I guess cops are curious.
Good food.
You know, a lot of people consider this crummy atmosphere to be very chic.
Even with those bare brick walls and stuff?
Well, you know, they probably spent a fortune getting those brick walls bare in just the right way.
People are crazy, aren't they?
Yeah, I guess it takes all kinds.
Well, I know one thing. There was no danger of running into Eddie in this place. I mean, he wouldn't be caught dead in a place that didn't even have tablecloths.
Well, I guess Eddie's a lot more elegant than I am.
No, he's not. I mean, he's not in the ways that it really counts, you know? Well, shall we go?
Sure, you ready? Here, let me take that. Good night, Ed. Thanks a lot.
Good night, sir.
Why don't you wait here a second? I'm going to get in the car.
Whatever you say.
Go ahead, mister. I'll watch the lady for you.
What did you say?
I said I'll watch your lady friend for you. Make sure nobody walks off with her.
Hey, I think you better come with me. It's just around.
Is this your husband, miss, or you opened the office?
You got a really big mouth, mister. Have you thought of surgery?
Are you a surgeon?
No, but I am a police officer.
Oh, I'm scared. So what do you say, baby? You want to ditch this jerk? Take your chances with me?
For heaven's sake. Come on, Damien, let's go.
Just wait a minute. I don't know if you're drunk or stoned or maybe just plain stupid, but this is my day off. I'd just as soon not use it playing cop.
Oh, no. Sure, I understand. You don't want to look bad in front of your little lady.
You're a very lucky man today, buddy.
Well, at least think of your poor girlfriend. I mean, she's got to spend the night with you. Why don't you give her a break? Stop complaining.
Oh, are you all right?
Yeah, it was a cop. What happened? You believe it? He hit me for no reason. Cop.
Hi.
Well, look at this. The now generation has decided to come home.
You two seem in a great frame of mind.
Well, isn't it about time? I mean, it's been nothing but downhill the past few weeks.
What happened? One of you win the sweepstakes?
Hardly. Although that would be nice, wouldn't it? No. The good news is that Jody has a new job.
You're kidding. That is terrific. Why didn't you tell us? Oh, we weren't home, were we?
But you can probably guess what job it is because it was your idea.
It's not the one at WMON, is it?
Yeah, she auditioned for it this morning. Kelly thought she was perfect, and so did the kids.
That is marvelous.
Jody has already agreed to support me, which means I don't even have to look for work.
That's what you think.
I'm delighted, Jody. Oh, you deserve something good to happen after all the dismal events of the past few weeks.
Yeah, I feel kind of guilty being so happy right after my mother's death. You know, I've really been having bad dreams about that awful man.
But I've never heard you describe him that way.
Why do you say he's awful?
I don't know. I'm not really sure why I said that. For all I know, he could have been very nice to my mother.
He was the only person besides you who went to go visit her when she was ill. At least that's what Mrs. Ingersoll said.
Yeah, that's true. I guess I really have no reason to think so badly of him. I don't know. Maybe it was just the way he looked.
The way he looked, I've never heard you describe him.
Maybe it was just the way he looked at me.
I've told you, darling, one does not come on time to a dinner party. It simply isn't done in polite society.
Well, when I was young, I was always taught that it was right to be punctual.
Oh, punctuality is for clerks, dear.
Well, you told me to be here at 8 o'clock, and I'll be darned if it isn't 8 o'clock now, and here we sit in this waiting room like two bumps on a log.
Well, you should have waited downstairs and we could have walked around the block or something.
Well, I don't understand it at all.
When one is invited to dinner in a person's home, one must assume that they will be running late.
It makes no sense to me.
Oh, well, don't try to make sense of it, darling. It'll just give you a headache. Just watch your table manners, and I won't complain.
You know, Buffy, sometimes you treat me like a 10-year-old kid. You know that?
Do I?
Half the time, I don't think you want a real man. You want a child.
Oh,
Yeah.
My precious. Whatever made you guess that?
Mrs. Revere, Mr. Gentry, the Endicott's ask if you want to join them for dinner in the dining room.
Yes, of course.
Hey, it's just a joke. Spence, old buddy, it's just one big joke, this whole thing.
You know, as a matter of fact, we were just about ready to let Mrs. Whitney go right when you walked in.
Right.
She's fine, no kidding. We've been feeding her well.
And clothing her well.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, I want you to meet the head man around here.
Since when?
Jim Diedrichson. He's a well-known acting coach. Maybe you've heard of him.
You tell him, Jim. Mr. Varney here. He works at the Whitney Mansion, and he thinks we kidnapped the lady of the house or something.
Why don't you have anything to say, Nora?
You've already heard the truth, Spencer. Why making a fuss about a little prank?
Okay, cut. This thing's gone far enough. This thing's gotten out of hand, and I think the best place to stop it is here.
Hey, let's not
now.
get carried away, Jim.
That's just what we've been doing, is getting carried away, and I think it's time that Mr. Varney, is it? And Raven's maid go down.
Oh, I'm a secretary. Thank you.
Okay, I think they ought to go down and get Raven and get her out of that fake cell and take her home.
I think that is a very good idea. Now, Nora, you can show me the way. Obviously, you know where it is.
Well, hold it, you guys. I mean, who makes the decisions around here, huh?
I thought I was the head man.
Yeah, you're a head man.
I suggest you get out of the way,
Hector,
pal.
will you use it?
Stay away from that door.
Hey, the fun and games are over.
This is no game. It's for real, and this gun is loaded.
Hector, what are you doing?
It's a pretty serious joke when you have to use real guns.
Wait a minute. Now, tell him the truth. This isn't a joke at all. It's a business deal.
Yes, Nora. You always go where the best deal is.
You're wrong. I'm not in this just for the money.
You're not?
No. That woman downstairs deserves everything that's happening to her. Her husband killed the only man I ever cared about.
Well, then why don't you lock up her husband?
Because he's dead. But she's alive. You can bet she was in on it with him.
Smiley, come on. We got to figure out what we're going to do with this guy.
It's obviously what we ought to do with him. We ought to let him and Raven go and just hope that they don't go running to the police.
Yeah, right. That's terrific. That's right. You go to the front of the class for brains, counselor. That's terrific, huh? It's rotten. It stinks. It's dumb. You're not head man anymore, huh?
Tell me one thing. How did you expect to profit from this stunt? Where was the money supposed to come from?
Go on, tell him, Smiley. You told him everything else.
I'm gonna raise the money with bail.
Bail?
Bail. Yeah, Jim here is playing her attorney. He's gonna raise the bail, you see, about 100 grand's worth.
You take the money and run.
No, we're not gonna take the money and run. That's grand larceny. We're not into grand larceny.
What do you call it then? Petty theft?
We're gonna give the money back. See, we're gonna take the money, invest it in something real sure so we can make a few bucks for ourselves, you see. And then when we decide to let her go, we're gonna give all the bail money back. It's that simple. Nobody gets hurt, nothing
Forget
serious
it, Smiley.
happens.
That's
What
not
do you mean,
gonna
forget
happen.
you?
It's not gonna happen.
It's gonna happen. It's not over now. I'm gonna make sure it's not gonna be over. I've worked too hard. I don't care what I have to do. I'm not gonna let this thing come to an end like this.
Smiley, now relax.
Relax.
Come on, you're right. It's not over. You guys have worked too hard to get this far. I mean, who am I to stop it now?
What?
All I want is a piece of the action.
going downhill fast. And if things don't start picking up, I'm taking my business elsewhere,
Hey,
okay?
I'll carry your suitcase for you, sweetheart.
Hey, where's my mouthpiece? He said he'd be here first thing this morning.
Hey, he just got here. Relax, relax.
So, what'd he say, Bird Lips? I mean, what's going on here?
Good news. Judge came through for you. You're getting out of here in the morning.
You're kidding me! Hey, Whitney, did you hear that? I'm a free woman!
That means you're gonna leave me.
Well, didn't I tell you they can't keep you in here forever, huh?
But I don't want to be alone.
Well, that's funny. I thought you couldn't stand her, lady.
I don't want to be alone. I hate to be alone.
Hey, fuck up, sweetheart. I'm sure they'll find some other poor sucker to take my place. Right, Handsome?
Maybe we can find another killer so you two can have something to talk about.
I am not a killer. Hey, watch it, Bird Lips. Honey, I don't want you to worry about the murder rap, okay? Just listen to what your lawyer said, and it's gonna be okay. Believe me.
Come on, sweetheart.
Hey, I'll see you, though. Take care of yourself. I just love a man in uniform.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Well, in my considered opinion, from what I can gather so far, you have nothing at all to worry about. It'll come down to your word against his. Frankly, I don't think they have the evidence to hand down an indictment.
Oh, please let that be true.
She must have had 12 pairs of shoes.
Yes, what are you doing up here, huh?
Smiley, I couldn't take it anymore.
I pretended like her lawyer came by with a writ so she could get out of there.
Well, I was going stir crazy down there. You're not mad at me, are you?
Well, mad at you. What am I going to be mad at you for? It's okay. As a matter of fact, Mrs. Whitney is getting out of the joint, too.
I don't think I've ever been so surprised in my life to hear you, of all people, agree to a thing like that.
Obviously, you had no trouble going along, Nora. All you had to hear was the word money.
Well, why not? Revenge is even sweeter when there's a little cash involved. Well?
Well, what?
Why are you in this, Spencer? What's running around that little brain of yours?
Why do you even bother to ask me, Nora?
I have a few things I want to ask you, like, who was that man that was here the other day?
What man?
The man visiting Geraldine Saxon. He looked enough like Sky Whitney to be his twin.
Maybe that's who he was.
I have a feeling you know exactly who he is.
You'll never learn to mind your own business, will you, Nora?
You're hiding something, and I want to know what it is.
So you're really gonna do it, right, Smiley? You're gonna let her out of jail?
Oh, sure. Her lawyer, Mr. Bennett Matthews, is on his way right now to tell his client the good news.
Oh, that's wonderful. I mean, I was really starting to feel sorry for that woman.
Hey, you know, I heard that your kind of girls had a heart of gold.
Hey, it's true. Hector, that woman was in that cell day after day.
Well, so were you.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, I knew it was a joke. I mean, that woman thought she was going to be in that cell for the rest of her life.
Yeah, you gotta admit it, though. We really convinced her, didn't we?
Even her servants are in on the gag. We couldn't have asked for more.
And you were terrific, Vince. You were really terrific. We're proud of you. Proud of you.
Well,
Proud of you.
thanks. I just wish I felt more proud of myself.
Oh, come on. You're starting to sound like Cliff and Calvin.
Well, I feel exactly like they did. I mean, I'm glad this thing's over with.
It's over. It ain't not a word to anybody. And don't forget, Cliff and Calvin thought it was over already.
Hey, well, you don't have to worry, Smiley. I mean, Cliff is in Chicago, and I wouldn't dare tell anybody else about it.
Good. Hey, he's here.
Who bailed you out? Yeah, we decided to put her back on the streets, right, honey?
Yeah.
Now it's time to let the other bird out of her cage.
You guys, I'm gonna go take my hair off. I'll see you.
Good. Bye.
Bye.
Well, Constable, you ready to do your work?
Yeah. Let's get this thing over with.
Okay, good idea. Let's go. Hey, you look great.
Smiley, you promised me about this bail.
Hey, we're gonna make a few sound investments and give her back every penny. Trust me. Trust me. Trust me.
I have to.
I hope you're decent in there, because you got a visitor. Right this way, sir.
I just hope it's good news.
Yes, it's good news.
Great. They know that he lied, and they know that I didn't kill that woman deliberately.
Oh, please, slow down, Mrs. Whitney. The grand jury hasn't even met yet. The good news has to do with your bail.
What about it?
Well, I met with the judge, and he's a bit more affable this time, but it's going to be expensive.
I don't care what I have to pay. I can't stand it in this place another minute.
$100,000.
$100,000? Can I charge it?
No, this has to be a cash transaction.
Oh, that's all right. Take it out of my checking account. I'm sure there's enough money in it.
That should be agreeable.
The only problem is I don't have my checkbook. We'll probably have to send Nora for it.
I've already called about that.
My. We think of everything, don't we?
It's my job.
Who do I make this out to?
Cash.
$100,000 to cash? Mr. Frobish is going to raise his eyebrows at that one.
Mr. Frobish?
Yes, he's the man at the bank. He always calls to make sure I really write the checks I write.
Well, maybe we better give him a call in advance.
From here?
Yes. Guard?
Yes?
Can we have a telephone, please, hooked up for Mrs. Whitney?
Now, what number was it you wanted to reach?
The bank. I know that number by heart. 555-6750. Ask for Mr. Frobish. You know what I'm going to do first when I get home. I'm going to take a nice hot bubble bath, and I'm going to stay in it for 24 hours.
Mr. Frobish, please.
It's not necessary that you tell him what this is for.
Oh, great, because it would be humiliating.
Plus, there hasn't been that much publicity on it, and you don't really need to have any more publicity on it.
I have him on the line for you, lady.
Hello, Mr. Frobish. This is Mrs. Schuyler Whitney.
Yes, Mrs. Whitney. How are you?
Wonderful. I'm going to send some people to the bank to cash a rather large check.
As long as you have the money to cover it, Mrs. Whitney, that's all we care about.
Well, I'm sure that I do. I just wanted to make sure if it was all right with you. It's for $100,000.
My. Sounds like you're going on another vacation trip.
Yeah, that's right. I'm going on a little vacation trip, a cruise. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. You didn't even know I was in here. I hope nobody else knows I'm in here.
I'm not blaming you, Star. And I hope you don't blame me. I know you'll agree that there can't be much happiness in a marriage that's ceased to grow. As difficult as it may be, it's better that we end it now while we both still remember the springtime of our feelings. Springtime of our feelings. Sounded pretty good when I wrote it. Sounds pretty corny now, but that's it.
Here you go. You are in luck, Calvin. I have exactly the right postage. At least it was the last time I looked.
Well, thank you, Sid. Although I'm afraid I don't have any change on me.
Forget it. I'll put it on your tab. Listen, if you want me to mail that for you, it's no bother. I've got to mail some bills of my own.
Yeah. Actually, I guess I'd appreciate it. At least that way I wouldn't put it off any longer.
Huh?
Nothing.
Hey, how's it going, gang?
Hey, Tyler.
Well, hello, Ham.
Sid, how are you?
Hey, listen, honey, you're a little late for breakfast.
I've already had my breakfast, but I will have a cup of tea.
You got it.
Thank you. Well, how you doing, Calvin?
Okay. From the looks of you, you must have had a pretty good night. Where'd you eat?
Oh, I ate at an interesting little French restaurant, but my dinner partner was even more interesting.
Oh, new lady in your life.
You might say that. Her name is Poppy Johnson.
Well, sounds cute.
Oh, she's very cute. Cute little redhead. And she happens to be Eddie Lorimer's secretary.
Ah, I'm beginning to see the light. So, did she say anything interesting?
Not much, really. Some girls don't like to kiss on the first date.
Well, a gentleman wouldn't kiss and tell, but I happen to know you're no gentleman.
Actually, she did tell me enough to convince me that Eddie Lorimer is running the salvage company as a front for Lucky Mitchell's racket.
We already knew that, man.
Yeah, we know it, but we have to be able to prove it. We have to catch Eddie with a meat in his mouth, so to speak. And I happen to have a contact in his office.
Yeah, if she lasts. I mean, that guy seems to get rid of secretaries pretty fast.
Don't worry, she'll last. She's very special.
I see. Did you, see the lady home after dinner?
Of course I did. What else could I do? And I think she was impressed with me.
Yeah, what'd you do, show her your muscles?
Well, as a matter of fact, some guy hassled us when we came out of the restaurant. He made some derogatory remarks about us. I did lose my temper.
So you played the hero. What'd she do, pin a medal on you?
As a matter of fact, she did. But not for that.
Did you give me any more painkillers?
Now, you're going to be just fine. No more of that. You'll be up and out in a couple of days. He's all yours, Doctor.
I'm Dr. Kavanaugh. Captain Anderson asked me to speak to you, Samuel.
They call me Sammy.
You took quite a beating, didn't you? Want to tell me what happened?
I want to tell the police commissioner what happened.
What'd you say?
It was the cop that did this to me. And for no reason at all. A cop.
I thought you were camping out at the Malones. Yeah, you got a blanket? Miss Malone didn't give you one? Well, her blankets don't have that nice smell.
Only Downy rinses in that pure, clean April fresh smell while it gets your wash deep down soft.
That's more like it. And it's soft. Sure, Downy. You take this one. I don't blame you.
The soft April freshness of Downy.
I don't use fabric softener anymore. Bold 3 has softener built in, but I use liquids. I get cleaning and softener in one. Why don't they bottle it?
We bottled it. New Liquid Bold 3, a stain-fighting detergent and full-strength fabric softener specially formulated to work together.
So clean.
Clean that gravy stain.
So soft.
Feels terrific.
Controls static.
Who needs separate softener?
Bold 3 detergent plus fabric softener. So good, we bottled it.
I'm Charles Schwab. Over 1 million investors who make their own investment decisions trade with us. Here are a few reasons why.
Oh, well, thanks for the game, John.
Thank you. Hey, and thanks for telling me about that discount broker, Charles Schwab. You were right.
Schwab's commission savings are great, aren't they?
Yeah, but I expected that when I called a discount broker.
I bet you were surprised by Schwab's service.
I sure was. Schwab even executes and confirms my orders before I get off the phone. That's something else.
And they never try to sell you stock. You know, there's no sales pressure.
No sales pressure. Commission savings over 70% and great service. I'm sure glad I called Schwab.
For a free booklet on how you can save up to 76% on brokerage commissions, call 800-445-4400, toll free. That's 800-445-4400. Charles Schwab, a Bank America company. Member SIPC.
What makes you so sure this man was a police officer,
He
Sam?
was. Take my word for it.
Oh, what'd he do? Show you his badge?
He didn't have to. I can smell a cop a mile away.
Oh, that's right. Captain Anderson did mention something about several previous scrapes with the law.
Look, I was doing nothing when this bozo comes up and starts pushing me around.
Where'd this all take place?
In front of the French restaurants. It's called the Red Hat, only in French. I was hanging out picking my teeth, and next thing I know, this guy's all over me.
For no reason at all?
He didn't like the way I was looking at his girl. I mean, what does he expect? Like, I can't walk around blindfolded.
Oh, I get it. Did you say something to her? Is that why you got so angry?
I don't know. Maybe I whistled this. Look, the guy was twice my size. I wasn't about to pick a fight with him. But he wanted to look like a hero, you know, impress his little girlfriend. So out of nowhere, he starts working me over.
Well, he did a very thorough job, didn't he? 4 fractures, concussion, internal injuries, spleen. Either he was very angry or crazy.
No, it was crazy, all right? A guy like that shouldn't be carrying a badge.
And even though he didn't show you this badge, you're sure he was a cop?
He told me he was. He was bragging about... Oh, look, why am I telling you all this? I want to talk to somebody in the cops, the police commissioner or somebody.
Well, you can talk to me, Sammy. I'm connected with the police department, forensic division.
Yeah, well, you better do something about this maniac and fast.
Oh, we will. Believe me. If he's really a police officer, why don't you try to describe him for me?
Yeah, like I said, he was big. 6 feet, maybe. 175, maybe 180 pounds. Good looking, bodybuilder type, salt and pepper hair.
All right, this is okay. This can go out just the way it is. Now, when you mail this to the Monticello Youth Center, send a check to the uniform company. Make sure they print the name right on the shirts, Lucky Salvage. Take care of all of that. And listen, about those 2 guys from Chicago, we're going to pass on their little offer. I'll handle it here with my own guys, but I'll take care of them myself personally.
Yeah, I think that's probably a real good idea. Remember what we talked about this morning about not putting things down on paper?
You learn pretty fast, don't you, kid, huh? The less you have on paper, the better. Get that for me, will you? Now, listen, if it's a guy with a deep, hoarse voice, I'm not here.
Mr. Lorimer's office. Who? One moment, please.
It's not a hoarse voice. In fact, I can hardly hear it at all.
Ask him his name. Find out who it is.
Would you please tell me your name? One moment.
It's Sammy.
Listen, take care of that, and call Patsy's. Make a reservation for 8 o'clock tonight, okay? Hey, Sammy, baby, how are you? How you doing?
Okay, listen, the police doctor was just in here. He was asking me questions about what happened to him.
You told him, right?
Oh, yeah, I told him, but shouldn't I tell him the cop's name, too?
Oh, no, you dummy. Come on, you gotta be a little more subtle than that. What's the matter with you? You gotta let them dig around a little bit. Let them find out for themselves. It's a lot more convincing that way.
I'm really hurting, Mr. Lorimer. Those Matson brothers, they really dished it out.
Shut up. Shut up, you hear me? I don't want to hear nothing about no Matson brothers or anything else. It was a cop that busted you up. A cop named Damian Tyler. You understand that?
Did they have to work me over so much? I mean, I got 4 fractures. They say I got internal bleeding.
Listen, you're gonna be okay, kid. You're gonna be all right. What are you worried about? Where do you get your paycheck? You're gonna find yourself 20 brand new $100 bills in there, kid. Oh, and by the way, I got you a nice new desk for your new job. You're gonna love it. Trust me, kid.
Yeah, I guess.
Now listen, I just want you to be nice and relaxed. Take your time. We're gonna fix everything up. Just like we're gonna take care of Mr. Tyler, we're gonna take care of everything. Take it easy, kid. I'll talk to you.
Whitney residence. I'm sorry, I can't hear you. One moment. I think it's your sick friend.
Hello?
Spencer? Been any news from my widow?
One moment. Nora, go find something to clean this mess up you made with the tables filthy.
We don't have time for housekeeping. Remember, we have things to do.
Well, find some things to do, all right?
What you really mean is the phone call is private.
In answer to your question, Skylar, no, Mrs. Whitney hasn't returned yet.
Damn it, Spencer, I don't want to wait any longer. I want to meet this woman.
Just don't do anything until I come to see you. I'm coming over there later. And another thing, I don't want Libby to be there.
I thought the two of you were chums.
I have my reasons. This is strictly between you and me.
You have business to take care of?
Yes, we'll speak later.
Hey, lady, what do you think this is, Palm Beach?
Oh, leave me alone.
I've got some good news for you, too.
You?
You're sprung.
What? You mean I'm free?
Mm-hmm.
I can't do
It looks like last year's Father's Day gift may have lasted a little too long. This year, why not give Dad something different from Hickory Farms? It's a gift that's guaranteed not to last long at all.
If the mouthwashes don't taste medicine-y, they're not going to kill the germs.
Then we showed attorney Mike McShane how Scope with T25 kills just as many germs as his medicine-y mouthwash.
Just because you put that up there, I'm not going to believe that. If this is a court of law, there'd be some trials of evidence going on. You just don't believe what you see.
But he agreed to try it.
I hate to admit it, I was wrong. This stuff works. It's got something in it, and it doesn't taste medicine-y. You don't have to go through this medicine-y stuff anymore. You can actually use scope, and it tastes good. And it works. It's got something in it. You should try that. A lot of people should try it and switch to it.
Antiseptic scope with T25. Leaves your breath minty fresh, not medicine-y.
It's got this bang, you know?
All this great food.
It's for the party. And a fresh box of Arm & Hammer baking soda keeps everything fresh.
Another box in the freezer?
Keeps ice cream from tasting funny. And the new calendar reminds us to change every 3 months. Isn't it time for a fresh box?
Great party, Louise. I can still smell it.
Harry, we need Arm & Hammer carpet deodorizer. 3 times more odor-destroying ingredient than ordinary brands. They sit on top. Arm & Hammer penetrates to destroy deep-down odors.
Whole room's fresh.
Work better, longer, cost less, too.
Now, perfect polished nails in seconds. Lee press-on nails in fashion colors. Press-on color, no messy polish. Press-on color, no drying time. Press-on color, no chipping ever. Lee press-on nails in fashion colors. Everything you need for longer, polished nails. Lee Superstick tabs and 20 Lee press-on nails in a variety of sizes. Available in a rainbow array of today's popular colors. So press on. Lee press-on nails now in fashion colors.
On the next Three's a Crowd.
Now, I know I may not look very Japanese.
Three's a Crowd. Tomorrow night at 8 on USA.
Well, look who's here. Welcome back, stranger.
Sid, I'm back.
You mean it? You mean you're back? You're ready to go back to work again?
Sid, I'm really sorry I took so much time off. I guess I just needed a change, you know?
Oh, sure, I understand, honey. Everybody needs a change now and then.
Yeah.
And you sure look like you have changed. I don't think I have ever seen you with so much makeup on before.
Well, you know, you realize, of course, that this isn't me. I mean, this was just for a part I was playing. You see, I was playing a hooker. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I've heard of such things.
Well, all I can say, Sid, is it's great to be back, and I didn't have that much fun.
Well, where'd you go, anyway?
Oh, well, no place special. Look, Sid, I want to talk to Calvin real quick. I'll be back.
I'll see you later, Calvin. Hey, Mitzi, I'd like to stay around and talk, but I have to take care of some business. Calvin's taking care of my bill.
Oh,
Thanks a lot.
sure, yeah, bye,
He is, huh?
Hey, Calvin, I'd like to talk to you.
Yeah, well, I'm in no hurry.
Calvin, it's over.
What'd you do, have a hard night? What do you mean? You mean that practical joke against Ravens?
Yeah.
Mitzi, that was supposed to be over a long time ago.
Well, I mean, God, Calvin, I haven't seen you since then. You know, I've been busy tying up some loose ends.
Yeah, well, all I can say is I'd have been glad if it never happened in the first place.
Yeah, I guess it did sort of get out of hand, didn't it? Well, Raven will be back in her own bed tonight.
Yeah, well, I guess that should make her happy. I just hope we've heard the last of it.
Calvin, you know, we really can't say anything to anybody about this. I don't really even want to think about it. Well, what do you say I get back to work, huh? It's waitress time.
I'll keep this.
Oh, see you later.
One diamond engagement ring. One diamond and gold necklace. Another diamond ring. Hey, lady, you really like your diamonds, don't you?
Just give me my valuables and let me get out of here, okay?
Okay, well, I think that's it, but... Oh, no. Oh, there's one more thing. Hey, they don't look like diamonds. What?
They're rubies.
Hello, Mrs. Whitney.
Oh, Spencer! I'm so glad you're here. Now take me home.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
And I hope I never have to see you again, bird lips.
Oh, boy, am I glad that part's over.
Yeah, I'm really glad to get her out of jail.
There's just one thing, Jimmy. She doesn't know it, but Mrs. Whitney is just moving from one jail to another.